Because when something happens to you, where do you run to first? Would you rather see me die or see me progress? So if you say that there are some families that will bash you or banish you because of... So to what end? Do you understand what I'm saying?
That is the question.
To what end? Would you rather you see me on the streets of Lagos doing Bambiala with my children? God forbid.
Lie.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So yes, and that now goes back to how we raise our own kids as well. Yesterday, my kids don't fight for clothes. As I'm buying even my own clothes, as I'm buying them, my second daughter will say, everything in this house is for everybody.
I never heard this one before.
Yeah, so
like what is meant for one is meant for all.
It's for so far if I can wear it and it will size me, it is my own. At the minute I want to wear it, it is my own. When you want to wear it, there's nothing that's for anybody.
How were they able to overcome the situation whereby, you know, I wore this out yesterday and she is wearing it out today. And somebody else saw this on her sister yesterday. And that person is still seeing the same dress on, you know, on her today. Have you had that kind of discussion with, or have they had that kind of discussion with you? Like
the
ever
person,
before?
Who did the person see wearing the dress?
Your kids.
No, that's what I'm saying. Said the person saw who wearing the dress.
Maybe her sister. Her sister, yeah.
Who is her sister, Abi?
Yes, her sister.
Her sister. My second daughter was going back to boarding school to write her WAEC. And all of the t-shirts she took to school were my t-shirts. So when her friends see the t-shirt, oh, I like your t-shirt, Cobes, can I have it? She said, no, it's my mom's own. They don't know that there's nothing that you brought that is your own. Said yes, that they are all my mom's. So do you understand what I'm saying?
Wow.
This t-shirt I'm wearing now is my t-shirt, but I took it out from their wardrobe. So that is to say that I can't raise my kids any other way. There's no form of competition. Anybody is better or you're doing... I don't care how many prizes you receive in school or how many awards or how many certificates. I'm not interested. Or how many A's you get and that's not my own. The thing is that you guys must. It's much more beyond all of these things. Because if I wasn't brought up that way, my siblings won't be there for me.
True.
Because the only reason why you want to help your sibling is because you feel the person will do better than you. If you do better than me, is it not good? For crying out loud, that means that if I need 10 billion tomorrow,
I can run to him.
I will run to you. As in with my full chest. You don't even understand. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you must raise your children in love. There's no competition. We don't compete in this zone. No. We don't compete regardless of what it is. We do not compete in this zone. There's nobody better than anybody here. We're all different, unique human beings that God has brought together for us to exist as a unit. That's why it's called a family. Absolutely.
So how do you prioritize, you know, self-care as a single mother, and what activity nourishes your mind, your body, your soul?
Yeah, I go to the gym a lot. But prior to the gym, I love to dance. And so for me, it was a lot more before. So workout has always been a thing, but sometimes I'll start, stop. But one thing that has always been consistent is my music. I love music. I love music. So yes, I love music. So even for me, in my prayers, is music, is worship. It has to be that. Otherwise, I don't know how to do it. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah, so it's always music and then dancing. You know, finding that... I can't say alone time because there's no alone time in my house. I can be in my room and someone just badging, mommy, you know. There's no alone time. The only alone time I have is probably when they're in school. Even at that point, I'm the one calling them to come back. So most times it's going to the gym, you know, and basically that, because I realized that, you know, the more fit you are, the more healthy you are. the more you prioritize your fitness, I mean, yes. So so for some of us that someone like me that I love to eat rice a lot, but I've also realized that working out has helped me a lot in some, yeah, in some. I'm not so much of a makeup or going to the spa or all of those things person. I'm not. That is very good though. Maybe because of the hecticness of being a single mom that never
Yes.
came up, but
Yes. Yes.
I mean, that is also very good. I don't wear makeup. I don't, so, those ones I will not say is my pastime or, well, I know that going to the gym has worked. And then listening to me and then having good, solid conversations with people. So I will say I'm not a talker. The only time you hear me talk is when I like to have deep conversations with people.
People.
So for me, that is like a thing. So for me, that's like a thing. Having those conversations with people, basically. For me, that's self-care.
And music,
And
nourish your.
music. Back in the days, I used to like to go to club a lot. And for me, it was just the music and the dancing. I'm not a drinker. I'm not but it was just that, just that music and the dancing and yeah, that was it for me. But yeah.
So concerning support system, we talked about your family. I also want to know, are there people that actually stay back?
As in terms of friends,
It may not be family, in terms of friends, in terms of, friends generally, are there
Okay.
people,
Of course.
as at that point when you were transiting to the years, are there people that are like, no, based on what the society will say?
I know a lot of people, but my friends I can count on one hand. So if I'm going to remove my sister from that equation, yes, so I can tell you categorically that my friends are just not, they're not more than 5. But I know a lot of people though.
Okay.
Do you understand what I just said?
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
And my friends that the people I call my friends, I've known them for over a decade. And those ones that I've called friends, they've been there since from day one till now. One of them we've known since uni. So she's been my friend since 100 level university up until the day God calls us.
Wow.
So these are the people that I can come out raw to. This is as in, do you understand what I'm burying it all? This is it. Like no shame, no. But
This is how it is.
Yes. So for these 5, I don't even know if they're up to 5, maybe 5. But for the other ones, that when we're done crying, we come out and we look good. We look good. When they say, how are you? We say, we're good. But yeah, these 5 people, yeah, they've been there.
Reflecting back to when you were coming from, being a married woman, were there times that you feel regret, and how do you feel at that time? Those times, do they break you down? Did they actually strike some tears from your face? Did you, coming back, reflecting to where you were coming from?
So there was is the word regret. I think more like, so now looking back, right, I would say that I know a lot better than I knew then. Do you understand what I'm saying? So maybe sometimes I used to break down because maybe something is happening with my kids and it becomes a bit overwhelming. And then yes, and it becomes, because I think maybe one of those times was at some point when I realized that my daughter had asthma. So this wasn't what she was born with and all of that. And it just comes crashing on you because one day she had crisis and then the doctor says, oh, he's asthma-like. Do you see? And then you're wondering, so sometimes the burden gets quite heavy because there's nobody to share with.
Yes.
Do you see what I'm saying? And now these people, your family, your friends, my siblings and my friends, of course they have their own issues of life, right? That me, I'm not that person that I can call. Oh, I'm going through X Y Z. Da, 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 da. Maybe until the thing don't they come out from. Do you see? But so sometimes when these burdens are there, of course you break down because God, all these how, where, when, all of those times, all of those things. Of course, yes, you break down. You're not made of iron, right? But in terms of regrets, will I say I regret? I don't like to use the word regret.
Regret.
I don't like to use the word regret because for me, for every phase in life that I've been through, it's a learning process for me or it's a learning curve. So if I regret, it means that now I know to advise my children better. Now I know to do things a lot more differently. Do you understand what I'm saying? So in all of it has come maturity, in all of it has come experiences, whether positive or negative. But then again, at the end of the day, how you channel it in your life now and what you produce out of it is what really matters.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. How has being a single mother impacted your personal growth and relationship with God?
Oh my God, because see, is either God or God? Oh. Ha! It has to impact by four. Whether you like it or well, I don't know about other people, but for me, you need wise counsel to deal. Is it the point of having to know what to do, or the part, my children need their father? Because I didn't grow up with my dad, and I know the way that I heard, even as much as in secondary school when. So it's not like there was any form of bullying or anything, but you see kids gathered. Oh, my daddy this, my daddy that, my daddy. By yourself, you're pressured. Do you see? So, I mean, it's just only God that could have brought me. So, and I keep saying to people that in all of these things, I never went to therapy to learn to be helped. Do you see? There was nobody I could even share my experiences with as so maybe if I'm calling my sister because there was a challenge at the time that I just needed to bounce off. Or I'm calling my friend, there's a challenge at the time that I needed to bounce off. But it wasn't a case of how can I, do you understand what I'm trying to say? So at the end of the day, it was just God. And I said to someone the other day that because a friend of mine calls me and is like, because they saw the same, what's it called? The same community that I started, the single moms community. So he was like, that he thinks that this must be a calling for me. And we had that conversation, and I said to him that I think this is a field that God gave me grace on. Because for every decision I've taken as regards being a single mom, it was from God. And there's none of it I've regretted making. Do you understand what I'm saying? I can say to you that, so I'll give you a bit. When my mom left my dad, my mom changed our surnames to her surname. So we started answering her maiden name. Do you understand? At the point when I left with the kids, I kid you not, I was on the verge of doing same. Because that is what I knew. And now, doing same is that, without thinking about it, doing same is that my kids now will be bearing my name. So, what then now happens to their dad? Because growing up, it was not as though my dad was estranged to us. So, what happens to their dad in their life now? So, I'll just say that God had to be in the center of everything. God just had to be in. I mean, it was only him I could run to because he's the only one that won't judge me. He's the only one that will listen to me.
True.
In my however it was doing me at the time, I will just cry, Father in heaven, you said you'll never leave nor forsake me. This is it. So it took me to the point where I realized that, in all of these things is either God or God. He also helped me in the path of my healing. He also helped me in the path of forgiveness, forgiving myself, forgiving the situations, forgiving even where I came from in terms of parents. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, your upbringing.
My upbringing. Because all of those things have a role to play.
Yes. They
It now gives
contributed.
you clarity as to how to deal or solve the problems that are facing you. It gives you clarity as to how to even run your own home. It gives me clarity as to how to deal with my kids. It gives me clarity as to life generally. So it was either God or God. It was just there was no two ways about it.
Those faiths, actually drive you to God and deepen your relationship with God.
And then again, but it's a matter of choice. So if you
Yes,
choose.
yes.
Because whilst all of that is happening, I'm not also going to come here and say that I never derailed.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
So at the point where you reach your rockest of bottoms, because do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because sometimes you think that the answers to the solutions to the challenges are out there. Oh, okay, I'll just you just in my head, okay, 1, 2, 3. If I do that, I'll be all right. When you now get out there, the out there will shock you. You go back home, you cry out, Father. Right. So
What are some vital lessons that you've learned from all this, from your journey so far?
my biggest lesson is everybody deserves their parents. Every child deserves their parents, unless it has been medically certified, though, that the person is a mad person. That if you bring your child near this person, he or she is going to kill that child. Other than that, allow your child experience your partner as a single. So, as a single mom, now I say, let your child have an experience of his or her father. That's the biggest gift you can give to that child. And as far as I'm concerned, there's no, this saying that they say every child from a single parent home is dysfunctional. Please come to me, meet my children, and you tell me if they're dysfunctional or not. Because I've been able to. There's love from both sides. If you sit with my kids and they're giving you the experiences with their father, you will think that the man lives in the house with us. So for me, the biggest lesson is every child deserves, unless stated otherwise by maybe a professional, I don't know what might be wrong with the man or the woman in question. Do you see? But and every parent deserves their child, because the truth of the matter is that you can also tell that when you start relating with because I can also tell from my kids' father, he has a fantastic, absolutely fantastic. When I say this fantastic, is I wish there's a bigger word for it though. And you can tell that it gives him life. I was going through my daughter's phone and I see all the men, oh, good night, daddy. God bless you. Something. Praying for him as he's going to bed and blessing his day for the next morning he wakes up. Which father will wake up and read that and not be successful? Do you understand what I'm saying? So I'm all about, let's raise very functional kids. I mean, the society will be a better place for us to live in. It will be a very safe space for us to live in. And heal, forgive. There's nothing. And another thing is that just learn to give grace. Maybe when you're going through the challenge, right, you don't, all of these things don't come to mind. But the truth of the matter is, if anybody knew better, they would do better.
Yes. Yes.
If anybody knew better, they would do better. So regardless on what level this person is on, you think the person has the biggest certificate or if he knew better, he'll act better. That's the truth of the matter. And if he now gets to that place of maturity that he has now known better, please forgive and heal. Forgive and heal for your own sake too.
And for the sake of the
children. Because
too.
every bitterness, every anger, every hatred, the children see. And one thing again I also never did was to talk bad about my kids' dad to them. I never for one day, no matter how bad he was, I never, oh, your father is a stupid man.
How were you able to do that? Because, you know,
For example, my first daughter was in fact, is still very close to her dad. Like she's her daddy's soul. So how can I, it will break her. So when I say she was the first child for like 3 years, so she was her daddy's, so she knew who her father was before we left, or she knew her dad. Not like Jenna, let me not say was, because that's like, she knew her dad, or she knows her dad before whatever happened. She was three at the time. So, and that was her experience. That was what was in her head. So it was already traumatic enough taking her away from that love. I'll not add bashing of the man to her, sorry. That will kill her. Even now, to her father can never do any wrong.
wow.
So how can I, so do you understand what I'm saying? How can I, so even if I had challenges that, it's my sister that I'll call, because my second daughter didn't really know her dad, because at the time we left, she was still like,
Very tender.
so it was dependent on what I told her
Or what the sister.
or what the sister. Now, if the sister didn't accept him, how she couldn't have been able to accept him.
That's true.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm not sure I had any other option but to. Those times I feel like tearing him down. It's my sister that I'll call. Because, I know that. And another thing I'll say is, I'm happy that my sister has been born again for the longest that I've known. And maybe that's also the reason why I'm able to go through this. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because for every time I call, she'll say, calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Can it be that? It might also be that. Can you even see that? I know how you feel, I understand,
Yeah.
but then again, but she might be fighting in her own, do you understand what I'm saying?
Closet.
Yeah. But she'll never come out to say, yes, he's stupid. Yes, he's. She'll calm down. I know, I understand. Okay, how much is it? So that's thing that's making me hyper is sorted, first of all. Do you understand? I'll never go to my brother with that kind of thing, because I know that one might erupt as per man. But the person that I'll always run to, calm down. Is it not? What are you saying? Okay, it's okay, no problem. But you have to pray, be more prayerful. So you can imagine if I had someone that was crazy as an elder sister, maybe.
Everything go down scatter. Everything go down scatter. It's good, Sha. I think your sister too, coming from that background too, seeing you falling into that dish, I know she's never happy.
Nah, she wasn't.
And she was, I believe then, she was actually looking for every way to comfort you, to be there for you, to just make sure that, see, we know we are coming from this place, but this is not our last bus stop.
Yes.
This
Our
can
story
be better.
cannot end like
No,
this.
no, no,
Yes,
no, no, no.
yes.
No.
Yes.
And I believe she will be the happiest person today. Seeing your kids' dad, being there. Oh, no.
It makes her happy.
And most of the time when you guys reflect back to some of the drama, like, Onyeka, you remember that day where you were?
There was even something I was telling her that she said, come on, will you shut up? Are you not even happy that they are doing it for you now? She said, so you can imagine that. And I said, but if he's not doing it, is it not his rest? So my friend, will you keep quiet? Can't you remember? Do you see? So the good thing, so I feel like the support system you have, is key.
It's key.
Is key. So whatever you go through in life, for those of us still raising our kids, you must teach them how to love unconditionally, love themselves, regardless. Let them love themselves unconditionally.
Give us some piece of advice for single mothers out there. What can you really know from the depth of your heart? Put your experience, your journey, your story, put everything together and give us like a faithful advice to every single mother out there.
Hello, sisters. We're sisters, right? We can still do life regardless. So I'm not interested in, I wasn't married, or I had my child out of wedlock, or whatever the situation is. I mean, you're a single mom, Your child is a blessing. That I know. I'm obsessed over my children. I'm addicted to them. So, yes. So your child is a blessing. And for whatever is worth, for you, for your child, heal, forgive, live, love, dance, laugh. You see, it's not as difficult as we see it. It can be, yes, I know it is not easy, right? But the grace of God makes everything abound. And this I tell you categorically from experience. Once you know who you are in Christ, once you know where you're seated, once you understand that the life of Christ is in you, because of that, life is easy. So no matter, even if the storm is coming, you're like, whatever. If it did not destroy Jesus Christ, it cannot destroy me. And that's me. At the times when it gets so, Father in heaven, you've told me that you'll never leave nor forsake me. So how be? Why am I? And hold on to it. There's nothing, absolutely nothing in this world. Like I've not seen anything that God doesn't do or cannot do. Do you see? So just live, love with all of your heart, regardless of what has happened. Love, be kind. I'm not saying be nice, be kind. Do you see? And let the fathers of your children, allow them to be in your children's lives. It will ease a lot of pressure for you as well. And that's it from me to you.
Wow. Man, this is interesting.
I didn't think, honestly, I didn't think I'll go this deep in this. Trust me, like when I was like, there's some, I won't answer. I'll just, let's just be superficial.
Exactly. No, this is interesting.
I guess.
Even me that I don't know the story, when you started talking about them, I know you were going deep. I know these were deep stories. Yes, I know these were deep stories, That is why I was saying the other time that this is not something you can just come by out there, you can just hear anywhere, These are deep things. These are deep things. And I so much more believe that this way, is going to impact a whole lot of people out there. It's going to bless a whole lot of people out there because there are so much people out there,
right.
Single mother going through
the turmoils of life.
My sister, I know some few. I know like 1, 2, 3. Yes, like I know like 1, 2, 3. Like as I'm speaking now, as I'm talking,
you can see them.
Yes, the image is coming, So I know. So I think this would be a blessing and an inspiration, for them to come out too and be who they are.
Yeah,
be who they are.
absolutely.
Look at your initiative, the single mothers community. This is a community that will change the world. That will make the world a better place. Yes.
That's the goal. That's the goal.
When I saw it, I was like, wow. Prior to that time, we were talking about gift, potential, releasing yourself, making the world a better place. You have so much more on the inside, bring them out. So when I saw that on the screen, I was like, yeah, I love it. No, sincerely, I was so happy, like, wow. Wow. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you very much.
Thank you
for
for having me. The single moms community is, so I'm just started off with one church. I mean, we just started the community there, and I mean, everybody is invited to join. Do you see? It's a place where we can, be safe. It's a very safe environment. We share our experiences. We encourage each other. We support each other. So it's just a place where we know that we're seen. One church sees you, at least for that I know, because I'm a one church member. And, we see you, we hear you. For the last Mother's Day, there was a piece that the singles community did for the single moms. It brought tears to my eyes. I've not seen anything like that, existing around. So we see you, we hear you. Please come and join us. Life is not as difficult as it is. And trust me, we can raise very functional children. And, it is not no. With God, everything is possible.
Yes.
With God, everything, I say this with all boldness. With all, you put a gun to my head, now God carry me. I know do am by my strength. It's not by, sis, you try. I know try, because myself, I'm a baby. So it was a baby raising babies. Do you see? Some of us started early. Do you understand? So there was no how. I didn't have my mother. I didn't have my father. My uncle, I grew up in his house. I lost him at some point when even that was the person that my kid's dad could even answer to. Well, it's maybe 1 year, or it was even up to 1 year or 2 years, my uncle passed on. So there was absolutely nobody that I could run to. My kid's dad is older than my sister. My sister, who is my elder. Yes. Do you understand what I'm saying? So there was really nobody to run to. But at the end of the day, God will hold us forth. In the beginning, it might seem as though the world is crumbling. But as time goes on, as you relinquish everything, you have no power on your own to do anything. You see that, it becomes a lot easier. Your perception to life changes. So come and join us. Come. Everybody is invited. Single moms. I don't know everything. You don't know everything. I'm sure Rob minds encourage and grow. So the most important thing, forgive, heal, grow. Raise good children. You see, by the grace of God.
So good to have you. Good to have you in the studio today. Thank you for changing the world with this new community.
Thank you for having me. And to say that this is like the first place I've agreed to talk, to come out to.
Wow. We are honored.
Thank you.
We are honored.
Thank you. I'm sure from here now is from going.
Yes, glory to glory. Glory, yes, glory to glory.
Thank you so much.
I can't wait seeing you posting single mother summit. Single mother conference. Yes. Single mother conference. Single mother, I don't know. I so much more believe in that vision from the first day I saw it on the screen. Wow. I so much. So I can't wait. CTW will be part of it.
Right. Thank you for the support.
We'll be part of it.
Thank you.
We'll be part of it.
Thank you.
Anywhere you are going, we'll be part of it.
Thank you so much. I appreciate this so much. Thank you for having me.
Yes, so. So here comes to the end of this episode. Please do watch it, share, comment, like. Okay? And don't forget to join the community. We are waiting for you. She's waiting for you.
Thank you. Thank you.